Hello and welcome in. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, hey, what do you say? Welcome into Tammy Loves Vintage. My name is Tammy Neff, where I am going to show you today what to do with those old meat grinders. So if you have your grandma's meat grinder or your mom's, or you know where they are, go get them. Go get them, run, 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 because I got a really cute idea. And just from me showing this idea yesterday, I got 2 messages where the ladies were out and about. One girl found 2 small meat grinders, which I have never seen. This size I have seen before. Let me just give you an idea of the size. Hi, Janet. Let me give you the idea of the size here. This one is, let's see, from top to bottom, about 8 1/4 inches. This one's 8 1/4 inches. So you can tell it's a lot smaller than your typical grinder. And I will talk to you about the issue that I found with it that I didn't really think about. And then this one is 6 3/4 inches. So this one's super tiny, but I love it. It is so, so sweet. So I'm probably going to be holding on to this one for just a little bit, just because it's so cute. So hi, good morning. Hello, hello. Come on in and let's talk grinders this morning. And then we're going to finish up this postcard project with the corn and the lemons and the pretty little flowers. So in order to get started here, yay, it's me. Millie's taking her nap, so I thought I would come on and do this because tonight is craft night with my friend Julie, and my friend Sherry is coming as well. And so I don't know that we'll be doing the fly on the wall because we got lots to chit chat about. We haven't seen each other in a while, so I'm not sure if we'll do the fly on the wall in the group or not, but we'll show you what we make. I can post some pictures. So this is, I just thought this was a beautiful grinder. I love the words on the side, which you can highlight with some gold or whatever, you know, gold or silver or whatever your preference is. I kind of like the gold, gold leaf rub and buff, but I think I'm going to leave it all natural. So, and then the wooden handle is just an awesome color. I wish the wooden handle on that one was as pretty and golden as this one. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is take this grinder, and now listen, this works with the big grinder, and actually the big grinder will probably work better. I've never had, I'm going to show you my problem, but I've never had this problem with the larger ones. So anyway, just so you know. So if you have a large one, don't be like, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can, because that's how I normally do it. And if you want to see some of the other ones that I did, you can go to Tammy Loves Vintage on YouTube and type in grinder, and you'll find them there. And I'm not joking when I tell you I've done this years ago. I initially saw the idea from, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I just saw her this morning. The junk parlor. Brooke at the junk parlor. She had done this, and I was so like, wow, that is so awesome. And so, of course, I messaged her. I'm like, I'm going to do your idea. And she loved that I shared it. And so many of you loved it. And so I've shared it several times since. And I saw these yesterday, and I thought, okay, I'm going to grab the meat grinders. Maybe this is not a meat grinder. I don't know, because they are extra small. So the first thing you want to do is tie your handle up so that you can stand it up and your handle will stay up and be part of the decor. Of course, you can leave it lay down, but I kind of like it up and at 'em. So, okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do. I used, this time, instead of the seam binding, I used Sari Silk. Okay, Sari Silk it's called. S-A-R-I, Sari Silk. Okay, then what you're going to do is take an old book. You're going to take an old book. I have this old book. My books that I have for crafting that I typically put in here, I try to find a pretty book. This is an old leather book, so it was, and it was a German, it was German writing. You guys can't tell, but it was German writing. So it was, yeah, it was $28. So it's a little bit pricey to add to this, like for sale. But I've got to get down. Jeff Matthews has a place close to me, really close to me, like within a mile or two. It's a great antique store, and he's always got some pretty books there. So I'll have to trade out the book before I put this in my sale. But so you're going to add a book to where you would typically clamp it to your table. I was going to say crank it to your table, but clamp it to your table. You're going to clamp in an old book. Okay. So now what you've done is created, I didn't bring anything pretty for down here. Let me steal something from here. Do you have anything? I think it's probably too tall for my bottle, but let's just do it anyway. Here, let's use these. Okay, so let's say that you have a lamp. You know, this is a lamp right here. And then let's say you have some little decor, a little bird or a little whatever. And so you're going to put that there. And then you're going to put some decor on your book. Okay, you're going to make it like a little shelf. I'm going to add a couple of little old books here. Let's turn one that way and one that way. These are just tiny little books. And then let's add this little crocheted piece that I have, and maybe lay a key on there. And so now you have created a really pretty, I feel like I'm too busy. And if the words are in the way, you guys, just I think there's an arrow down here that you can tap and the words will all go away. So it used to be you could swipe them that way, but I don't know if it still works that way or not. So anyway, then now you've got this really cute little double layered piece of decor. So the issue was when you start putting heavy things on this thing, it kind of tends to want to fall over. I've never had that issue before with, of course, it could be a lot of it could be my rocky table here, because this is all out of old pallet boards. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So if you have a larger silver grinder, go for it. I'm telling you, it is adorable, and your friends will think you are the most creative person they've ever met. Because isn't that a cute idea? I think it's just fabulous. So, and so many of these are still used, you know, by your family members, or by you, and you remember your grandma when she made her bologna spread or whatever all you grind your sausage or whatever you're doing. And it brings back a lot of memories, but to see it in your decor is really, really cool, I think. So anyway, there's that one. And then if you happen to be able to find a little one, let's just do this one up just for kicks. And the same thing. I mean, it's heavy, but I went downstairs and I found another little German book. This one's even smaller, but it's got the German writing. And then it's got a German cover. And then the side is super pretty. So you could decide which way you want to leave it out. And then you just open up where you would clamp it onto the table and clamp it down to your book. And you don't have to clamp it super tight and like hurt your book or anything. You just need it to be able to hold in there nicely. And then on this one, I just added the little wreath. Whoops, I think I should turn the book around. But I added the little wreath, and then maybe you could add like a little gauge, like that, something like that. And then you could, let's see if the key is too much. Nope. And then you could put the little key there or whatever, a little pile of buttons. I could put this thing on here and add the gauge here. I mean, it'd have to be a little bit better arranged. But anyway, I think it is super cute. Oh, and I've got to tie my strings. So let's do that. Tie my handle up. This one's staying up without the ties. Maybe you don't even have to do this part if your handle will stay up. And there is a tightener here on the side, so maybe you can tighten your handle and you wouldn't even need to do the bow part of it. I want it to be long. I want the tails to touch the table here, so let's go a little bit longer. Oh, gotta go longer. Hang I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, right? But I love this. Love, love, love it. All right, well, forget it. You know what long tails look like. So you're going to hold your, you know, like that. There you go. Isn't it so cute, you guys? So you could pick these up at Goodwill. Like I said, I had a gal message me this morning. She found 2 little ones at Goodwill, and she was all excited. So she's like, now tell me what to do with them. she had got them and was excited. So anywho, there you go. So just know, the smaller you get, though, the more mindful you have to be about what you put on, and the smaller the book. Typically, I was putting pretty big books on there, and I would do a big pot like this, and then I would put a little bird. We always had little birds on the website. So these 2 greens, this little wreath, and this is on my website, actually. This is my last one of these, and if it's not on there, message me. It should be. There's one that has a little variegated, wispy, and then there's this fern. Those should both be on there. And then this. There's plenty of those little ones. So anyway, there's the idea for you. But the bigger ones holds a much bigger book, and you can not worry about it falling over. So kind of got to be mindful of whatever I end up decorating these out with. But and then those little books are on the website as well. These little teeny tiny ones. It's TammyLovesVintage.com, and there's some keys there too. But these are just little old books that are leather. The leather cover, you can see, kind of fuzzy there, and then they have little tiny pages, and you could snitch a couple pages out of there to craft with if you wanted to. Let me see. I wonder if you could put wood in there. I'm sure you could use wood, but I like the book. I think the book's a lot more interesting than a piece of wood, unless you have like an old wooden crock lid or something round, you know, something like that would be interesting. But just to put a piece of wood, I don't know, but that's what we did. We just created a riser. We just did that, Cindy. We just did it with a book instead of wood, unless I'm misunderstanding you there. You guys like it? Good, Cindy. Good, Nancy, Pam. Hi, you guys. You didn't think it's right. I know. Isn't that so smart, Joy? You grind your cranberries. Oh, okay, Julie. Well, just all you have to do is untie the ribbon and slide the book out and do your cranberries, rinse it off, dry it off, and put it back for the rest of the year. Oh, good, Kathy. I'm glad you do. I know I've made these and sold several for you guys. Oh, good. Good, Cindy. That's great. She got her seam binding coming. So if anybody needs any links to anything, whenever I'm doing crafts and stuff, just write the word in there and I'll see if I can't get you a link. Display. Oh, that's awesome, Karen. See, these girls that have been following me for a long time, they know how to do it. I know, Joy, I'd never seen one that little either. You liked all the cardboards? Thanks, Joy. Yeah, those were really cool. I'm going to do this one that I showed you that I was too tired to do last night. So anyway, you just made one last week, Lorraine. You remembered. That's awesome. So let's bring this paper plate back. And I got to looking last night at the end of the video. This card, I paid $13.50 for it. So it was an expensive card, but it was back when we were doing fruit in our kitchen, and I thought the corn was really unusual, and I loved the colors of it, because back in the day I was very Victorian, and I did, like, our kitchen was all antique fruit, hand-painted plates, and pictures. You could find pictures of fruit. We had a lot of beautiful things. Julie, her mom, her mother-in-law Kay, her mom Carol, her sister-in-law Diane, and me, and we were all into it big time. So when we found something really different, we had to get it, just to be like, look what I found, because we all loved it all so much, and it was such a fun time. Anyway, so I tried to photocopy, and I wasn't crazy for it. It was a little too light, so I sprayed it with alcohol, or with my antique spray, and I still, it's a little pinky. I used white paper, which I think was probably my problem. I probably should have used a creamy But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use the real card. I think it needs the real card. So that'll raise our price on this little thing when we're done. But I think it's nice. I think it's nice. And I have this really old board too that I picked up. It was only $2.99. But I think it just adds to the color of the corn and the oldness, the old feeling of it. How can I send something to you that I know you will use? Joyce, just private message me and I'll send you my address. And I'll make a project out of it, okay? If you want to do that, I will give you full credit, and I'm happy to do my best to make something. Finally getting rid of your fruit wallpaper. Yes, I had fruit wallpaper. I forgot about that. There for a while we had fruit on our curtains, like we were tutti frutti. Totally, but not in a cheesy way. It was actually beautiful stuff. It was very pretty. Yes, and I had a yellow kitchen with fruit on the wallpaper. It was all distressed looking and crinkly looking, and then it had like vintage fruit in it here and there. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I still would love it. Okay, so I covered this board with, this says Mrs. L. Eichhorn, manufacturers of bread, rolls, and cake. And from Erie, Pennsylvania, and it was 1900 something. They didn't fill it out, but it's 1900 something. So we know this paper is very old, and whoever wrote it, like me, used pencil because I love to write with pencil. So, okay, I know that's weird, but I do. I like pencil. I don't know if it's the feel of it, like the scratchiness of it when I'm writing, or the drag, so it slows me down a little bit because I'm always writing like 5 words ahead. My brain is like 5 words ahead of my writing, and so I'm trying to catch up and think. so yeah, my writing is atrocious. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn on my glue gun. Oh, no, I didn't. It's on. Yes, I did. I turned it on. I was gonna say, you guys, every time I get started, someone just tell me glue gun. So, so I think to check. I did turn it on. Bless my heart. I did. Such a good girl today with it. All right, so I'm going to add this. It's just got a hint of yellow, and I think that the measuring paper or the measuring tape, whenever you're out and about, if you see a cheap measuring tape, if it's cloth, number one, you don't want metal. And like I've got a whole bag full. I'll show you. I'll show you. If I can find it here real quick. Yeah, it's right here. I have all kinds of different measuring tapes in here. You can see. And then this one was a favorite. And I've got strips of that on my website for you guys. I thought it was really cool with that little bit of red in there. But you can find them brown. And I've got some that are torn up, and I just can stick a piece of it somewhere. And sometimes like the back of them have writing on them, so that's cool. So, okay, so another way to do a ribbon, and sometimes you can get them really soft, so you can make your bow out of a tape measure. Kind of a cool idea. So, okay, then this is going to go down here. So let's glue this down. Now, I got one side a little crooked. Now, this is the crooked side, so we're going to put this side down. I used 2 pages. Because sometimes I put these up on boards, but I decided to glue it to this board, so we're going to waste one side. Hate it, but we are. Okay, so I'm going to put this board down. Oh, I probably should have done something with the, darn you guys, I forgot about sides. Blah, darn it. I was more worried about my postcard than my mounting board there. Okay. So let's finish that off. So in order to get my, that's going to bug me now that I've thought of it. It's going to bug me. So let me grab, I'm going to do it with a brush because it's going to bug me. You guys, it's going to bug me. It's got to be, right? We can't leave anything like that undone. Oh, that's kind of big. Well, we're just going to make it work. It's kind of a big, I didn't mean to get that big of a brush. Ooh. My punishment for forgetting. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, everything's fine. All right. I kind of need to do this before I go on because I want to put that trim edging around it. And so I don't want to have to fight that, keeping this gold off of that. So I'm buzzing right along here, you guys. It won't take me but a second. Yeah, that just looks a little bit more finished than that. See? A little bit warmer. Yeah, okay. Guess full coverage is best. Okay. All right. Rain is the same way. Yes, you can think up ideas faster than you can write them down. Yes. Yes. And it's weird. I sometimes will like print and then I cursive and then I print and then I cursive all in the same sentence. And I know a handwriting specialist would say that is a certain kind of a personality. Hopefully it's a good one because I tend to do that. And I see myself doing it and I still do it. I don't know why. I guess it's easier to write a cursive. I don't know. I can print better than I can cursive for sure. So I always say shame on my school teacher in grade school because she should have been cracking my knuckles and said, do better. That was a big thing with my kids because I've always hated my handwriting. I made sure they had pretty writing. We worked on that. But their teachers actually did a good job and it wasn't a big stressor with my kids. But, you know, a girl should have pretty penmanship, I think. Let's see, my husband can write better than me. He doesn't think so, but sometimes I'll say, will you write this, you know, whatever, your writing's better than mine. Like, are you kidding me? He's a good printer. I guess I don't know that I've ever seen him write anything. In 40 years, I can't remember, but I can't remember his handwriting sticking out to me, but his printing has always been nice. Okay, we did it. We did it nice and clean. There's no point in going over the edge and doing it all up because you're not going to see it. However, it might be pretty to do this just a little bit brighter. I'll just use whatever's on this brush, whatever it picks up. I need to get enough that'll go all the way around or else I got to take that lid off. We'll just brighten up a tad. Spinning my brush to try and get kind of liking that. I might have to go in and do some more or do it more messy with my finger. Kind of like that because the board's kind of dull. Well, let's do this so it's all even. It's pretty much off of here now. Okay, I'm going to do it with my finger. I'm going to lay this over here so I remember to wash it. I see these girls with their wet brushes, piles and piles of wet brushes, and they say for days and days. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it because it's so hard on the ferrule part, on the silver or gold part where the bristles go in. I don't know how their glue's not letting go. I don't know how they're not losing their brushes, their bristles. I really don't. Okay, I'm just brightening this up a little bit. Actually, I feel like I'm brightening it up a lot, and I almost can't see it, so I might have to go around one more time. It's definitely there. I'm going to go around a little bit messier yet. There we go. Now we should be able to see that. Not really. Not really. I see it over here. Okay, yeah, let's get messier. Get a little messier. Meaning I'm going in towards my picture farther and farther. Keeping it on that top edge though, or keeping it right on that edge. Just trying to brighten it up a little bit. I love the darkness of it. I mean, I thought it was a really cool hunk of wood. So there, see? Just a little bit. Need a little bit more on the top, don't I? Uh-huh. I need just a little bit more on the top and maybe a little bit more on the bottom. Ooh, I got a big blob. That ought to do her. Yep, that ought to do her. There we go. Okay. Might as well use it up. That was a big blob. Wow. Okay. No, I'm so tempted to do that board, but oh wait, this board's not going to be covered. This is going to be covered. So yeah, I can do that board. All right, let me do this board. Okay. Oh yeah, pretty. It just riches it up. I love the gold. Rub and Buff is like my favorite. Oop, that's a little chunky, but it'll be fine. It makes it so pretty. Ooh, that's chunky too. I love it. I love the gold. I think it's the gold with the old is such a contrast. You know what I mean? Like the really bright gold with that dark, warm, worn. I don't know. It's just like I picture gold on like the rims of fancy teacups and stuff. So when you put it on this stuff, it's just such a, like a juxtaposition kind of thing. Kind of. Okay, let me turn it around here so you guys can see it. Let me make double sure I got it off of me. And off of itself so I don't get it. Okay, a little bit there. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that was black paint from before. Okay. All right. Now I hate to touch this cardboard. Hi, Mona. Okay. So yeah, $13.50. I need to put that on the back of this so I can keep track of how much I have in this. Oh, that's been sucked down for a while. There we go. Let's stick that back here with the board price. Or no, I'm not. It's not going to stick. So let's lay it over here and we'll put it on later with tape. Okay. Now here we go. I think it needs to be, I want to see the rolls, bread, and cakes. So let's put it down. Oh, this is a French postcard, K-A-R-T-E. Oh, it's French. No wonder I paid up for it. Oh, well, there goes that part. I get it now. Found it on eBay, I'm sure. That's where we used to look for all of these. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this trim, same trim, same trim as I used last night, because I love this stuff as a trim for projects. I can do fluffy lace or whatever, but this is just a little bit cleaner, tighter. Whenever I find it, I always pick it up if it's neutral. I do have some red for Christmas and Valentine's, and I don't know what I've got over there, but I like, it looks like this. And I've got wide and skinny and all the things. Okay. So let's put this down. Okay. And you can't sister cut this because it's way too, or whatever you guys call it, miter cut. I'm never going to call it anything but a sister cut. I'm sorry. It's what it's been for 30 years, so I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to keep calling it a sister cut. Okay. Oh, let's come across here. Okay. let's put some buttons. This has some pretty green thread in it. Ooh, I'm not sure though, because I only have one with green thread. Let's make sure that we all like it. These are getting small. Might be too small. No, not too small at all. Okay. Yeah, the green thread, I need to use that on something that's just one button. Okay, so that would have been a good one to put upside down. See all those strings? You probably can't see. This one too, it's got lots of strings hanging out, but it's untied. So let's just make the strings go into the picture, if they will. I guess they won't. Oh well. Okay. And there's that one. And then there's that one. The buttons do not match, and I don't care. Oh, this one's upside down, and I'm not sure it's pretty. Yeah, it's definitely the better side. I don't like this button. It's just a wad. You know what I mean? It's not pretty. This side's probably better, but I think I want the stitches to show. Here. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. Okay. A little hunk of probably glue. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're getting our layers on there. It's coming. Coming along. Okay. Now then, I think I'm going to put this on. Oh, that's a nice match with that, though. It's the only yellow I had, and it is Sari Silk. Okay, so then I have these little, from a hat. I cut flowers off of a hat. And I have these little picks of these old flowers. And I was picturing, okay, so here's my thinking. Let's just do it. I didn't even lay it out, but in my head, it's awesome. So we're going to do it. So I'm going to put down some of my moss across the bottom. Oh, maybe I better lay it down and make sure I like it. But I love pulling all of that green. And then I don't really have to mess around with leaves. And then I was thinking of doing like, oh, it's going to be great. I love that. Okay, we're going to do it. So let's get our moss down first. Okay, and you can find the moss on my, oh, thank you, Lynn. Really? You can find my moss on my website at tammylovesvintage.com. Okay, so let's do that, and then let me just string it out here. Get it where it hits everything. Okay. Okay. I love making these. All right, now let's make sure it's not too boinky. I like it, you know, a little bit loose like that. I don't want it completely, yeah, pretty. Okay. I love how clean this is. I just love it. If you mess with regular moss, it is not clean. Okay, there's that. And then let's get some of these flowers. So this one's lost all of its yellow. And these have two. It's just the stamen and the, but there, I'm going to keep them together though. What do you think? See, these have lost, but they're all old. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep them together. I'll just keep them tight together. Oops. So let's cut these wires down. Okay, lost all that. Okay, here we go. You like this one? they're fun. They're all a little different. So you all can pick and choose your favorites. They all have a different personality. I have these little fabric leaves, and I thought that might be cute to tuck in because it's a nice yellow. It's right side. And I'm just putting it on the tip. Yeah, that adds in a little bit of something, something. And then let's stick one here. And sticky one here. Stick one going down. Okay, so let's just see if we need any more or not. I want to use some of these purple flowers from Mona. My friend Mona here online sent me these for Christmas last year from 32 Degrees North. I kept the tag on the bag. It was 32 Degrees North from Etsy. She knows how much I love velvet flowers. I could not have gotten a more appropriate gift for what I love. She hit me right on the head with exactly my favorite thing. I was like, what? I couldn't believe it. A whole bag full of different velvet flowers from 32 Degrees North. But they're all velvet, if you can tell. We had a whole, Mona's in our group, and we had a whole series on the, I said that again, it's not a series. We did some velvet flowers. We figured out how to put them together. We did some painting on them, and they were beautiful. And I loved it. It was fun. It wasn't a series. I guess when I do more than one, video on the same topic, I feel like I'm doing a series. Because we did leaves, we did velvet leaf. We did a lot with velvet that particular month. So that's why I said that. Okay, let's get a little bit more yellow in here. Oh, I have this little, this broke off of something. It's resin. You see it? Hear it? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. And I thought that might be cute to put in here. It's a yellow, little yellow resin flower that broke off of something. I don't know. I found it in my box, so I had the, what do they say, the wherewithal to keep it. Okay, and now that one doesn't have any of the little fuzzies. I'll just keep the yellow. Okay, so let's get a little bit of this yellow in here. Where am I going? One there. Thinking one down here. And then this glue over here. Thinking one over here. Okay. Okay, I've got this purple ticket. Again, just to pull the purple and kind of drag it out over. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm doing that. Okay. Taking it clear over to the side, kind of jumping over all of it. Okay, that. And then let me see, what else do I have here? I've got a couple other little papers that I pulled. Just all of these layers and elements just make it more interesting to me. Pretty, isn't it? Okay. Now, do I want to put... You like the vintage board? Yeah, nice and warm. Yeah, it's pretty. I see two of these paper ones that I have because there's kind of a variable color of purple. What do you think of that? I only have two, it looks like. What do you think? Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. What do you think? I'm doing it. I ask you what you think, you'll probably all say no, and I'll be like, oh, darn it, I already did it. I like them though. Okay, let's do that. And then let's get our bow on here. Let's see if I want this little flower, just like, oh, that's pretty cute. I think I'm gonna do that. I like it. So you see, so when I'm doing a paper plate project, this is a paper plate project, I just started laying things on the plate that all matched, so that when I come down to actually do it, I have kind of already thought it through, and then now that I'm doing it, I can kind of tweak it if I want to and add other things, but I think I did a pretty good job of pulling this. Last night I tweaked a little bit. If you remember, I went in a different direction on one of them than what I had initially pulled. Is that too green? It's a little green. I'm not sure about this one. Tell me about this one. Yes or no? This or no? See, when you take it away, it's like it kind of needs it. And it didn't need it until I put it there. So, yes. I'm going to say yes. It kind of pulls this other one. I say yes. Yes. Carol said yes. Okay, Carol. You and me, girl. Brenda, yes. Okay. It's a little greenish, but I think it works. Okay, it's going down. I got these little papers, just FYI. There is a Tim Holtz section at our Hobby Lobby, and yeah, I really like it. And it takes away from any wavering of the ribbon that I might, of the border that I might have done. Kind of breaks that up too. But they're Tim Holtz little papers. I don't know what they're called because I've already opened the pack, but they have big ones and then they have little ones, and I bought both, and that's where I'm getting all of these things that are giving me some colors because I needed color. So they're not truly little vintage, although he does take true vintage and reproduces it. So it is truly something from somewhere that they have reproduced. Okay, so just so you know, that's where I'm picking that stuff. That's where I got that stuff. Okay, so let's see here. I think that's going to be too much. So let's cut this in half. I still think it's going to be too much. So let's fold it in half, and I think it will be just right. Oh, I hadn't really thought about a big bow like going like this. It kind of just did itself. Let's see. I like the seam binding better than the sari silk, although I have sari silk in colors, so that's what makes it work. But I really like the seam binding better. Did I say that? I like the seam binding better. Hope I said that. Thank you. You are late, honey. We are just about wrapped up here. I think I'm going to go right here. Huh. That's so different for me, but I think I'm going to do that. It's really unusual. Stepping out of my box on this one again. Okay. Get my tails down here. I hate these are so fat and these are so skinny. Oh, it's not skinny. It's just folded a lot. Oh yeah, it's not skinny at all. Look. Okay, so probably if I could spritz that with a little water, it might unfold a little bit, or I could scrunch this one up. One way or another, this side needs to match that side. Okay, now I have this, which I was kind of thinking. It's an old earring. Do I want to cut that off? Because it's just got a hook that might help me grab. Actually, kind of wish that was purple. Let me see. I might have to ask you guys. Okay, so here's the earring. And here's the purple. Oh, I like the earring, but I love the purple. Okay, can I do both? No. No. What's the difference, Pam? Well, there's a big difference. Let me show you. Get a piece of, here's just the first piece I grabbed from last night. Okay. So seam binding is thin and shiny, and it's soft, so you can make it super boinky like this, like super, you like purple? Okay, Joyce, I think so too. Make it, did you get my message last night, Joyce, by the way? I private messaged you. So yeah, see how boinky you can make it? Okay, Sari Silk is pieces of actual silk that comes this way. They've ripped it and it's stringy, so that's cool. The stringy part on the sides, like when you rip it, have to get it started. But let me show you what it'll do. It'll string out when you rip it. And the seam binding, you can't get this. But so when you rip it, see it gets all stringy and shreddy looking. So I love that. And then it's just the difference between silk. So it's kind of wrinkly and it's a little stiffer than the seam binding. So like you can't get it boinky. I don't think even if I get it, you know, wadded up and wet and do my thing, I don't think this will be boinky like seam binding. Okay. So see, this can be like tattered. And this can be this way. So that's the difference. To me, that's the difference. This is boinky and soft and sweet. And this is a little more sleek and shiny and tattered. I love them both. They both have their purpose in this world. In my crafting world, they both have a purpose. Corny. Okay, now let's put the purple. I think you're right, Joyce, the purple for sure. Okay. If I didn't have the purple flower, that yellow would have been just fine. Okay, let's do the purple because it pulls it up. I get it. I totally get it. So there we go. There's another one done. Yay. I can give you some links. Yay, I love it. Okay, you guys. So there you go. There's what to do with your grinders. So anyone that caught that missed it, catch the replay, and you can see how I decorated out the grinders. I'm talking about meat grinders that you might have either heirlooms or you can pick up at Goodwill. And then we did this board from start to finish. So I think it turned out really cute. So these are like we did. If you love this, last night, if you scroll back just one video, we did 4 more of these last night together. So, and they're all different, completely different. So you can catch those if you enjoyed this. I think you'll like those too. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. It was so fun. Millie took a nice long nap. That's awesome. So I'm gonna have to be getting noisy. Yeah, I'll give her a link. Thank you. I'll give her a link for all of that. It helps me. No, that's a great deal. Are you kidding, Pam? That's a really great deal. Grab it and run. Don't look back. Hold tight. Run. Run to the cash register. That's a really great deal. Really great deal. So they're I don't know, 30 probably on average. If you can find them under that, you're doing really good around here. The little ones are can be a little bit more because they're more unique. So yeah, catch the replay. I've already disassembled. I can show you kind of quick. You want to stick a book, so you'll put a book in your grinder. Since she's still sleeping, I can do it real quick. Somebody asked if you could put wood in there. Of course you can. I like the book myself, unless you have a really cool like wormhole piece of wood, or like I picture an old crock lid, something like that. I wouldn't just put a piece of wood, but you can put your book in this way if it's pretty, or turn it around if it's not super pretty here. And then, oh, my lace is over there. And then you'll want to tie your handle up. This handle's staying up. You can tighten it to stay up if you don't want the flounce, but you can tie a bow here to hold your handle up, and it adds a little bit of fluff. So this is just repeating, you guys. So everybody that's already seen this, yes, he does. Joy, he did officially have a stroke. I just messaged, I've just been kind of concerned about her. I hadn't seen her lately, and it was kind of wondering. And then I saw where she needed prayer. And then I saw where this morning she said, you never know when your life will change in an instant. And I thought, oh God, something has happened. Something has happened for sure. I knew it. I just could feel it, but I didn't know what, and I didn't want to bother her and ask. So I sent her a text with some hugs and let her know at least that I'm thinking about her. So yes, pray for Michelle Hill's husband. I can't think of his name. I don't want to say the wrong name, and I know it. I've heard her talk about him 1,000 times. Not 1,000, but a lot. I don't know if you guys want to put a name to your prayers. Michelle with the vintage daisy is who we're talking about. No, Linda didn't say. Gosh, I wish she probably, nope, she doesn't say there. Let's see. Matt. I knew that. I kept wanting to say Norman. I knew that Norman wasn't right. Anyway, so it's Matt. So if anyone, oh, thank you, Dolores. Anyone has any prayers left in their heart, shoot one up for the vintage daisy, Michelle, and her husband, Matt. They are dealing with a lot right now, an instant life change for sure. You can do the grinder this afternoon. Great. Okay, Linda, what's your question? So this is just an example of the tiny one. The bigger full-size grinders are better because you can use a bigger book, and you can, so like if you have a little bird or a little whatever to lay in your decor underneath, you know, that's kind of, it gives you like a second level. These little ones are so different. So I'm really loving this little compact. Of course, everything that's tiny is extra special. So anyway, yeah, for sure, extra special. So, and then I had this sitting beside of the little bit bigger one as well. So there's an idea for that. And then the bigger one, I did the decor. I used this. So the greenery is on my website. So you can do this one with the bigger one. Oh, and then I used these little books from the website, these little old books. And I laid those on the book. I used a bigger book. And then I think I set this on here, and a key. I had an old key. I don't know where the key went, but you know what a key looks like, and I laid a key there too. So anyway, you guys just have some fun adding this to your decor. If you get the little one, be mindful because it's not very heavy. It's just a baby, so you got to get a tiny book, and you know, got to get a little book, a little tiny book. But the bigger the grinder, the bigger the book, and the more surface you have to put your plant pots and stuff on, and the more stable it will be for sure. Oh, I know, the moss is fabulous, Joy. Okay, you'll love it. Okay, I'll get it packed up for you. I just packed a couple this morning, so I will get it packed up for you and get it on the way in the morning. So it could go out yet today. It depends on what time they pick Millie up because they live right beside of the post office in our little town. So, is that a bundle of lace? This is just a piece, just one little strip of sari silk. But I usually use seam binding and do a little boinky bow right here, but I used sari silk today. You guys can go to Tammy Loves Vintage on YouTube, and in the search down in the title area, there's a search, and you can just type in grinder, and you'll see other ones that I've done in the past. I've done them for years, so you'll see more there if you want, if you're like, I need some more ideas, but you want to see a big one or whatever. The ball of lace. Oh no, this was just the old crochet, and then it had the doily. Somebody had started making this little doily and using this tiny, tiny thread. My grandma and my mom always used much thicker thread. And see, she almost finished it, and then she quit. And it's still attached. See, it's still attached. So I just, whenever I find them like this, usually they're much larger, I just tuck it in and add it to my decor. But in this case, it was so tiny, I thought it was super sweet. But yeah, if you have a ball of yarn, you could do that. I've done the button balls before. I've done the, oh, you did? Cynthia, everything okay? Everything get there okay? I've done like the button garlands. You guys have seen my button garlands probably. You can drape your button garland around your book. Do I have, yeah, well, this is the only one I have here right now, but usually I use the white buttons, but like this is a button garland with my glass buttons. We did this in the group. We made a glass button garland. And so you just kind of drape it. Let me see. Just kind of drape it and kind of cuddle it down here. And then I got this one from Michelle with the vintage daisy, who we were just talking about. And it was teeny tiny gold buttons. And it was, I bought a bunch of buttons from her, and this was in with it, and I about died. I don't know how she could have let that go, but she did. So bless her heart. I love it. And so every once in a while, if I need a tiny gold button, I steal it from there. So, and then, so that's another YouTube thing you could type in is button garland, or just type in button at YouTube, and we made, there's 2 different ways that I've done the button garlands that are in my decor. I don't have any right here handy, and I've been on for a while. I hate to make you guys wait. You have one like that. Oh, she was doing tatting. Oh, yay. Oh, Joyce, fabulous. Hope you don't have it in a box. And if you do, I hope you run and get it out. Hurry, hurry. Hurry, hurry. Hurry, get it out. It's a treasure for sure. You should be enjoying it every day. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me. I hope you loved our projects today. And I will see you next time. Tomorrow. Okay, bye.